Hey everyone, today I want to talk about hardiness zone. Now, if you're new to gardening, you'll probably hear things like this plant is hardy to zone 6 or I live in zone 8, and yeah, it all sounds odd and confusing. And honestly, when I started out gardening, it didn't make sense to me either. So I want to talk about it today and break it down for you. Now, I know it's early in the season. However, fall is not that far off. And I recently had a conversation with someone about this and what it meant for their plants. So I felt it was the right time to explain what this means. So, what is a hardiness zone? Well, the easiest way to explain it is that a hardiness zone is a rating of your area based on how hot or cold it gets and for how long. For example, I live in zone 8A. I used to live in zone 7A. Just going up that one zone number means that my area is warmer and that it actually stays warmer for a longer time than where I used to live. If you don't know what your hardiness zone is, no problem. Just go onto Google, search the USDA Hardiness Zone map, and enter your zip code. Why does this matter for planting? Well, since I live in zone 8A, I can actually start my seedlings as early as like January or early February, since my area is already hitting the overnight temperatures that my plants need to survive. Now, what does it actually mean? Take tomatoes and peppers, for example. They need overnight temperatures to stay above 40 degrees. Below that, it can slow their growth or even kill the plant. In my old zone of 7A, you wouldn't even consider planting outside at that time because temperatures don't hit that sweet spot until late March or April. So being in zone 8A, I actually have a longer growing season, not only because I can start early, but because the warm temperature is still around longer. I still have peppers that produce all the way into Thanksgiving, whereas in my old zone, everything would have been done by October due to frost. There are some plants that need cold winters, and I know this surprises a lot of beginners that not every plant wants to be warm all the time. Some plants actually need a cold winter to bloom properly. A good example of this is lilac. I have a bloomerang lilac bush, which is hardy up to zone 8. This means anywhere warmer than my zone, it wouldn't get enough cold to store energy for its next bloom. The same goes for daffodils, tulips, crocuses. These are all bulbs that need a cold dormancy period. That's why you probably wouldn't see them growing naturally in warmer climates, say like zone 10 or 11. Think about California and Florida. If you ever do see a daffodil or tulip blooming in these type of tropical environments, most likely they were refrigerated to stimulate a cold period. Now, let's think about it the other way. Some plants only die because of winter cold, not because they're weak. In my zone 8 garden, I have annuals like cosmos that don't survive the winter. Every year, the plant dies, the seeds drop and survive and grow into new plants the following year. In a warmer tropical climate, that same plant may not even die back at all. It just keeps growing and producing indefinitely. Now, I've never actually seen this, but I'm kind of curious because the cosmos is very productive, grows till over 6 feet tall. So I can imagine if it never gets interrupted by the cold. Maybe you become a tree form? Got to research on that one. Now, if you're growing something that's not going to survive your winter outdoors, you do have options. Basil and tomatoes, for example, can be propagated from stem cutting. You root the cutting, bring it indoors, and keep it going through the winter season. But there are some few things to consider when you do that. Both tomatoes and basils are sun-loving plants, so you need to have them near a sunny window or set up grow lights. You also want to inspect for bugs. You don't want to bring anything in that could affect any of your other household plants. Then come the spring, you can actually plant them back in your garden, providing that you harden them off first, which is probably another video in itself. So there you have it. Hardiness zones are a great starting point to figuring out what will actually survive and thrive in your area. Hopefully, hopefully my explanation kind of lessens the confusion for you. If you found this to be helpful, let me know what beginner gardening topic you would like to see next. As always, thanks for watching and welcome to my madness.